Hey guys, welcome back to Gary's Potting Shed. In the last video, we talked about some design elements that are kind of like a rule of thumb to follow if you're looking for that more designer look that a lot of professionals would do if you had your pots or planters and stuff, or you hired a landscape company, the way they would design your beds and your pots and your containers and wherever you're planting. So the way you can achieve this on your own is to follow the three basic designs that they follow, the design rule. And it's basically there's three rules, or three levels of planting. The thriller, the filler, and the spiller. Now, I just kind of wanted to make this quick video to show you guys another example of what I was talking about, because right here behind me, if you look right over my shoulder, right here, this is a beautiful purple fountain grass. It's in a container. The fillers, so this is going to be the thriller in this pot. The fillers are kind of a little spent. We're getting them at the end of the summer or whatever. These have just baked in the sun. It's kind of in the evening and everything. So, but the spiller on this one, look how this creeping Jenny has came down this pot. Isn't that gorgeous, guys? Look at that, all the way down on the ground right there. Beautiful plant, absolutely love it. Beautiful container, beautiful plant. I love this big pot. This was like a, let me see if I can move that creeping Jenny back so you can see that. Isn't that beautiful? I love those colors in that. Big piece of pottery like that in the garden is always great. And as promised, I told you guys I would give you a recipe for one of the most popular recipes. And it's very simple, guys. This is probably one of the most simple recipes I've ever done in my life because the flowers are compatible and they're very easy. Look right there over my shoulder. That is called a jellyfish, guys. That is a absolutely phenomenal container plant. Now, this is a hanging basket. It's about a 22-inch basket. I think I picked it up at Walmart in the garden center. Cocoa liner or whatever. This is only 3-inch container New Guinea Impatiens and 3 Dichondra Silver Falls that were in 3-inch containers. Isn't that beautiful, guys? That's about 6 foot long hanging down. It's called the jellyfish container because of the growth habit that it has or whatever. That is a way to make a bold statement in your yard. Something that simple. Now, you don't have to use 3 and 3. If you use a smaller container, just say you have a smaller basket or whatever, put 1 New Guinea Impatient and put 1 Dichondra Silver Falls on each side. And then as the Dichondra begins to grow and it begins to crawl over the sides, just spread it around. See these right here, how it almost looks like I've got them planted continuously all the way around? Just spread them around. Spread it out. You can move it around and fill in the holes. Now this one, guys, you know, this has been the year of challenges in more ways than one for all of us. Man, 2020, what a year. All I can say is this little guy hanging back here behind me has gone through his challenges too. During the construction phases, he was actually knocked down twice. And that's the reason why we have a little bit of uneven growth up there where it was broken. However, even with the damage and the stress and series of events that this plant has gone through, guys, check that out. Isn't that a gorgeous, gorgeous container? Absolutely beautiful. Now, it's hanging on the pergola right here in front of my potting shed. It's actually back behind the house, but down the driveway, but you have a view of this from the street. And when people stop and they ask me about my flowers, about my lawn, about my landscape, about my garden, all this stuff, just general gardening questions, it never, ever fails. They'll always point right back here and say, what exactly is that? So if you were looking for a bold statement for your garden, this would be absolutely phenomenal out beside a pool, on a porch, underneath a high deck, anywhere. 2 tips. When you're watering, make sure you follow the watering tips. Water once slow, get the soil wet, water again. Water again until water begins to come out. If it starts running out around the edges, you know that the soil in there has, the potting mix that you use or whatever It shrinks when it gets hot and dries out, guys. Don't let these guys dry out. I'm watering twice a day. I water this twice a day, 3 waters every time I do it. The first one is just to get the soil wet. The second one is a slow, let it absorb into that root system, guys. Same again. Put it on a weekly feeding regimen. Have a routine going on where the water soluble fertilizer. Do the same thing. First thing I do is get that soil moistened. Then I come back and put the fertilizer right up around the base to where it gets down into those roots, guys. And that way, that is such a reward, guys. I'm not kidding you. I absolutely love it. Everybody comments on it. So I hope this inspired you. I hope it gave you some ideas or whatever. If you like that recipe, and maybe you've done one that you like or whatever, either tag me in your social media phases or whatever, or post it down in the comments below so I can see what you guys have worked on and what you're proud of. Because I'm sure some of you may have planted a jellyfish container and yours maybe didn't get knocked down a couple of times or whatever. One last tip to a jellyfish container, or any type of hanging basket for that matter. Even though this is a pergola and it does have sky on both sides of it or whatever, there is a small area of covered porch on my potting shed just to keep the rain from being right by the door and the sun. So about every 2 to 3 weeks, I turn it around. Just pick it up, take it off the hook, spin it around, and put it back down. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Keep your hands dirty. Until next time, be kind to yourself, be kind to one another. Thanks again for stopping by Gary's Potting Shed. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.